It's no secret that we have significant challenges facing our state, and these challenges obviously compel us to set politics aside and work together to address all these critical issues that we're facing. But beyond the issues, I think it's really important, and I know you folks do this in a good way, is to connect the dots around these issues and make sure that we're looking at things big picture-wise rather than our lane. So whether it's around the issue of making sure that we have highly skilled workers in our state, or investing in that talent and retention of that talent, raising the minimum wage, we have to make sure that these dots are connected so that we're doing the right thing for the people of Wisconsin. So, as you know, we have a lot of work to do to make sure we're not just expanding and supporting new businesses, which clearly we have to do, but keeping good paying, family supporting jobs in Wisconsin so that our economy stays strong. That means we need to have a sustainable solution to our transportation funding crisis. It's time for all of us, including lawmakers, to come together to work with us to make that sustainable future a reality. Now, my budget that I proposed several weeks ago includes $608 million of new revenue that will allow not only historic investments in our transportation system, but we're also pledging to make sure that we have the lowest number of dollars that we're actually borrowing in our history. So all told, we're looking at $6.6 billion total investment that we're making in this budget for transportation. It's larger than ever before, and as I mentioned to you, that we are doing this and also lowering our debt service to transportation in a significant way, lowest in, frankly, I think the last 2 decades. So that does include, of course, a small increase in gas taxes, and it's less than a dime. And our plan will still make it that it's possible that people pay less at the pump by eliminating the minimum markup, which averages about 14 cents a gallon at current gas prices. So that means we can fix our roads, end our transportation crisis, and ensure that we have a reliable infrastructure going forward to keep our economy strong. Our budget includes information that to tell you that we're going to complete the Zoo interchange and expand I-43 from 2 lanes to 3 in each direction from Milwaukee to Ozaukee County. We're also going to make significantly overdue investments in local roads by increasing the general transportation aids to counties and other municipalities to the highest level that they have ever been, and giving those local leaders the ability to make the decisions on how they're going to spend that money. But beyond our transportation infrastructure, we're also making historic investments in state and University of Wisconsin infrastructure after 8 years of neglect. Being on the Board of Regents, I know that this is an accurate statement. But unfortunately, just recently, the Republicans on the State Building Commission voted against the capital budget projects, departing from the Commission's decade-old institutional tradition of recommending the governor's capital budget to the Legislative Joint Finance Committee. The thing that's breathtaking for me, I imagine it is for you too, but just the day before they made that decision to not forward those to with recommendation to approval to the Joint Finance Committee, those same commission members voted to support those things that they voted against the very next day. Now, you may think that's odd. I thought it was odd too. And these were votes that were against public safety investments in our infrastructure and our UW system, our votes against dealing with the issues of youth mental health facilities, cancer research, all sorts of good things, veterans' homes, and state parks. Now, I believe it's plain and simple, it's politics, and I understand that that's part of the game. I'm not necessarily new to this arena, but it certainly isn't doing what's best for the people of Wisconsin. Most of those buildings in the state that we own, whether it's UW or the state, they're 45 to 70 years old. and have growing deferred maintenance that is really causing safety issues on our campuses, and also making sure that we cannot neglect that. Ignoring deferred maintenance in our building infrastructure increases the possibility someone will get hurt, and frankly running our buildings to the ground and have to be replaced. So this is an important thing, and I'm really encouraging to get involved in this dialogue. The Associated General Contractors earlier this month talked about our capital budget, and these investments will do the following things: that it will increase our overall economic development activity in the state of Wisconsin by $4.5 billion. It's going to create over 40,000 jobs and have more than $200 million in tax revenues. So I have to agree, I have to believe that, and we'll find out by the questions, but I have to agree that people in this room agree with me that we can't afford this missed opportunity to do the right thing to help Wisconsin, the economy, by making sure that we have a good infrastructure system, a good University of Wisconsin system, and making sure that we are supporting family-supporting jobs and making sure that Wisconsin businesses are healthy. So it's not just about investing in infrastructure. I know we need to invest in people too. I know that folks in this room understand that having a talented workforce is very, very important to our economy and to your business. And as a result of that, we are also investing $18 million more in the Wisconsin Technical College system. So if you kind of connect the dots there, whether it's the tech college system, whether it's the issues around the University of Wisconsin building deferred maintenance, or whether it's state buildings, whether it's our roads and other infrastructure, we've got a lot of work to do, but frankly, we have a plan in place that I think will address all these issues and make Wisconsin a better place. So I know that this budget will put us in a place to be sustainable going forward. I hope to have your support in it. We need to work hard to as I call it, it's probably an old term, but us politicians, we like to huff and puff for a while, and then we get down to business. We will get down to business, but we have to make sure that these additional resources for the infrastructure of our state, these additional resources to make sure that our people are trained and you have a good talent pool, are all things that are connecting the dots, and we have to make sure that they happen. So let's get it done, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have.